So, obviously, this is a very important fight since it's for the title, but does it feel any different to you?
No, I think actually, of course, is the most important fight of my life. I think so, because it's a very important moment for me. It's for the title and I guess an undefeated guy. So I really want to win. I want to win the title and I want to be the first one to beat King.
Do you see this fight as Brazil versus Mexico?
No, yeah, it's gonna be Brazil versus Mexico, but MMA is different, The whole world is gonna be rooting for him or for me, but it doesn't matter. It's for the world, So I think it's more than just Brazil and Mexico.
Did you do anything differently in your preparation for this fight, or was it the same camp as always?
No, I was different this time, My coach pushed me harder than before, than the other camps, and yeah, it was a really hard camp, and I'm really prepared for this fight. I used to do sparrings, 5 round sparrings. Now I did rounds, six rounds of 5 minutes each sparring. So it's more, and I'm feeling great.
We know you trained with Big Nog. Big Nog fought Kane before and didn't win. Did you learn anything from his fight, or did he teach you anything about how to approach Kane?
He teach me all the time, a lot of things. He one of the persons I got always by my side. But for this fight, he gave me good advice, and I wanna use in the fight for sure.
How much did his win in Rio help your team spirit?
He's an amazing guy, for sure he's my idol. I love him, And that fight was amazing because he knocked a guy who used to knock people out. So was beautiful. He's way better now, He's feeling great about the surgeries and about the whole body, He's feeling better than before. So I think he got a lot more to show for everybody.
And do you believe that the boxing is going to make the difference in this fight for you?
Yeah, for sure. My boxing always make the difference for me. I really believe in my boxing skills, but I'm prepared for the fight. Doesn't matter where the fight goes. I'm ready.
You start off in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but your boxing look on par with. You could basically go in there against Vitaly Klitschko on Saturday. Who's been your boxing coach, and what has separated your boxing compared to so many other MMA fighters out there?
Yeah, I started in Jiu-Jitsu, but when I did my first fight, after my first fight, MMA fight, my Jiu-Jitsu coach bring me to Luis Carlos Doria, I think one of the best boxing coaches in the world. In Brazil, he has a lot Olympic guys. He did Arcelino Popó Freitas. He's a true champion, And Arcelino is here too for this fight, And yeah, then when I met my coach Doria, I started training box every day, like 6 days per week. I train in boxing, so that's why my development on boxing was better.
You actually move a little bit like Arcelino Freitas as well. Did you ever get a chance to spar with him?
No, too far. He's too small. He's a little guy, but he used to give me good advice. He's a fantastic fighter, and he still is, because all the time he training with us there, and I think he's gonna do one more fight in Brazil, and yeah, it's good to get him out in our team.
For sparring for this fight, have you brought in any particular heavyweights to simulate Kane's style?
Yeah, it's hard to simulate Kane's style, because Cain Velasquez got an amazing stamina, But I brought Josh Janoshek, 4 times All-American, to help me there, and I brought really good guys. I got Big Nog, and actually I have a lot good partners in the city of where I live. They are not famous, but they are really good, and all the time they help me.
Last thing I want to say is you said yesterday at the press conference you weren't comfortable with the questions in English. Your English is better than Vanderlei Silva's and Fabricio Verdum's English combined.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm improving. I'm improving.
How about that Spanish though?
Yeah, my Spanish, I'm improving in Spanish too, because too many interviews in Spanish, and then I have to give them away, you know, and that's how I learn.
Do you see this fight going all 5 rounds?
No, for sure, no. I think I want to finish this fight, before of the. I don't want to win 5 rounds. I don't know. Heavyweight fights, I think when they go 5 rounds is boring fights, you know. I know Cain Velasquez is very fast, is a different heavyweight fighter, and I think me too. I'm fast for the division in for a world all the time, so for sure it's gonna be a war, and I think the fight's gonna finish before the 3rd round.
How do you prepare for the fact that the crowd will be very loud and very pro-Cain because that's where he won his belt?
Yeah, but I don't care, you know, about that. I know people have to rooting for somebody, you know. They now, I think they're gonna be rooting for the most of the majority people in there will be rooting for Velasquez, but I know will be have a lot of people rooting for me too there, and that's the energy I want to bring to me, you know, the positive energy, and to inside the cage to give my best there and win that belt.
Now you are pretty much always smiling, but I want to know how big was the smile when your management told you that you were going to fight on Fox in the very first fight?
Yeah, well, that was amazing because, you know, I'm very happy about the sport, you know, the development of the sport, and of course my development, you know. I'm my whole life I already changed a lot, you know, and I want to keep that way. I want to keep changing my life to better and give a better life for myself and for my family.
We asked Cain the same question. After your fight on Saturday night, are you planning on watching Pacquiao versus Marquez?
Yeah, I will try. I will try to watch the fights. Their fight is gonna be for sure a good fight. You know, Pacquiao is the favorite. He's a monster, but I like the style of Marquez.
And I also asked Cain this question. Alistair Overeem and Brock Lesnar are fighting next month. What do you think of Alistair and of the Strikeforce heavyweights that can now come and possibly join the UFC?
Yeah, I think it's good. You know, UFC is the best, the biggest and best event in the world. You know, MMA show in the world, and I think UFC has the best fighters in the world. So I think Alistair is a very good fighter. It's good to come to join with the UFC, you know, and him against Brock on December is gonna be a good fight. You know, it doesn't matter who is gonna win for me, but I wanna watch.
Are you disappointed you never got to fight Brock?
No, I don't care about the opponent. You know, what I want to fight with the best. The best for me now is Cain Velasquez. You know, after that I will think about it. Thank you. Keep my focus on my opponent and my objective. It's to win the fight, and that's I take very serious.
A lot of people are breaking this down as your striking versus his wrestling. Do you think that's fair, or does that, you know, not credit you enough or credit him enough for your skills?
Oh, I think so. You know, it's MMA. For sure we are ready to fight. Doesn't matter where. You know, on the ground, on the feet. Doesn't matter where. For sure. You know, but you know, I love to fight standing and stand up. So that's what I will try to do. I wanna keep this fight standing, stand up, and you know, I think Cain Velasquez gonna try to put me down. If don't, if he accept the fight stand up, it's gonna be a really great fight for all the fans.
Now, you started as a jiu-jitsu. Why do you like striking so much?
Yeah, I started like jiu-jitsu, but you know, after my first MMA fight, I started training boxing, and I used to train boxing every day. That's how I improved more. My development was better in boxing than jiu-jitsu. So, and now you know, I love boxing. That's why I prefer.
Then you talked a little bit about how he thinks that he'll probably have a cardio advantage. A lot of people credit his cardio. I mean, what do you think of that? I mean, do you think that he has a cardio advantage, or do you think that you can hang with him?
Yeah, I think Cain Velasquez, I think the best of Cain Velasquez is for sure his cardio. You know, he got an amazing stamina for this weight division. You know, and for sure he's like those guys, unstoppable guys. You know, and that's gonna be my challenge. I want to stop him.
So what did you do in training to get ready?
I train a lot my conditioning. I have a really good conditioning coach, and my trainings were 6 rounds, so I can tell I'm ready to go 5 rounds.
You didn't like to take much time off between fights, and you can help it. He's been off a little over a year with a shoulder injury. I mean, how do you expect that to affect him?
I think it's not going to be a problem, you know, for him. He's the champion, and for sure he's ready for this fight. And I want to fight with the best of Cain Velasquez. That's why I expect him for this fight.
You've gotten here so fast. I mean, you started training so relatively little time ago. What's been the key for you to get to this point so quickly in your career?
Work and be nice. Like I say, I have really good people around me, you know, my coach and my family. They support me all the time. That's really important for an athlete. And man, I work a lot. I got beat a lot to learn, you know. And now I'm here. I think I deserve to be here because I was hard. I did very well my part of the job.
So you never fight angry? I mean, when you're in there, you never get upset either? Do you think that's important to keep your emotions in check always?
Yeah, I think it's very important to keep your emotions on control, you know, because you have to, the goal inside the cage is win the fight. So you have to keep your focus on that. And that's what I try to do. I just want to win the fight. I don't want to hurt my opponent. I don't want to hurt myself. I just want to win the fight and use my skills to do that.
Do you feel like it's a privilege that your fight is going to introduce millions of new fans to MMA?
Yeah, I think it's a privilege for me, you know. I'm really happy because UFC trusts this big event on me and Cain Velasquez. So it's a big deal.
So are you feeling extra pressure then?
No, actually I'm feeling the same pressure I felt in my last fights. You know, I'm feeling great for this fight. I'm really motivated for this.
Yesterday at the press conference, when we asked if you thought the fight was going to go 5 rounds, both you and Dana said you didn't think it was going to go 5 rounds. Cain said he does believe it's going to go 5 rounds. Did that surprise you? Does that kind of give it away? You think he might try to turn it into a wrestling match?
Yeah, I think I don't know, man. I think Cain Velasquez is a really tough guy. He walks forward all the time. That's what I think what he will try to do in this fight. Walk forward and keep the pressure on me all the time. But I'll be looking for the knockout the whole time. You know, if he take me down, I think I'm ready to finish fights too on the ground. And man, it's a very important time for me, and I'm ready for this time.
You said finish fights on the ground. Does it mean you would rather look for a submission on the ground and scramble up if it takes you in?
Yeah, my first reaction when I go to the ground is go back in my feet. But I train a lot in my jiu-jitsu, and I'm ready. If Cain Velasquez take me down and hold me there, all you guys will be watching my jiu-jitsu. You know, you can see my jiu-jitsu.
Are you kind of embracing this moment? Are you kind of able to enjoy what this means for you and the sport in general? Are you enjoying it? Are you embracing it right now?
Yeah, I'm enjoying everything. I'm really happy. You know, like he said, I just started training like 6 years ago, so it's huge in my life. You know, I changed complete I changed my life like more than 100%, more than 200%, and I like that, and I want to keep doing that, keep changing the things for me and my family, and keep giving them and for myself a better life. And UFC gave me that opportunity, is giving me again another very good opportunity.
In your last fight with Shane Carwin, you were able to stop his takedowns, and his wrestling has been put to par with Cain Velasquez. Does that make you more confident for the fight that you're going to be able to stop any takedown attempt?
Yeah, I think Cain Velasquez is a better wrestler than Shane, but you know, I have a pretty good takedown defense. I will try to defend his takedowns, to make my defense of his takedowns. But you know, I don't care if he take me down. I don't care about that. You know, I'm an MMA fighter, and we have 5 rounds to fight. I don't think we're gonna need that, but we have 5 rounds to fight. That's it.
Obrigado.
Thank you.